Hey, how's it going? Sorry, I'm red in the face. Been outside almost all day, and Florida is hot. I was thinking today, I was praying for some friends, and they were going through some things personally, and it just got me thinking about how so often we focus on the goal when we're going through something and not the journey or the process. And this obviously is something we talk about a lot, but just being content and learning to understand that God is working right now, and that his purpose is not that we're not going through something to get to his purpose, but that his purpose is found in the midst of what we're going through. When I was going to leave for seminary in summer of 2005, my mom gave me a uh, a clip from a devotional by Oswald Chambers, because I was so focused on going to seminary, getting through seminary so that I could get to the next step, which was, I didn't know yet, but I knew that seminary was a transitional thing by nature to learn, to grow, and to move into the next season. And she was just really encouraging me to be content in the season I was in. And I actually took that paper she gave me, and I have it taped in the front of my Bible. And I just wanted to share it with you because I think it's so encouraging for whether it's like you don't understand why you don't have kids yet, or why you haven't found that person you want to be with for the rest of your life yet, or why you can't dig yourself out of the debt that you're in, or why someone you care about is suffering, or why you are suffering, or why you're not winning or succeeding in whatever you're trying to do, despite your best efforts. Anyway, I just want to read this to you. I'm gonna flip the camera around and show you the actual text of it, and maybe it'll be encouraging to you. So here we go. This is from Oswald Chambers, like I said. God's purpose or mine, and he's taken out of there's a quote in Mark 6. We tend to think that if Jesus Christ compels us to do something and we are obedient to him, he will lead us to great success. We should never have the thought that our dreams of success are God's purpose for us. In fact, his purpose may be exactly the opposite. We have the idea that God is leading us toward a particular goal, or desired goal, but he's not. The question of whether or not we arrive at a particular goal is of little importance, and reaching it becomes merely an episode along the way. What we see as only the process of reaching a particular end or goal, God sees as the goal itself. What is my vision of God's purpose for me? Whatever it may be, his purpose is for me to depend on him and on his power now. If I stay calm, faithful, and unconfused while in the middle of the turmoil of life, the goal of the purpose of God is being accomplished in me. God is not working toward a particular finish. His purpose is the process itself. What he desires for me is that I see him walking on the sea, with no shore, no success, no goal in sight, but simply having the absolute certainty that everything is all right because I see him walking on the sea. It's the process, not the outcome, that is glorifying to God. God's training is for now, not later. His purpose is for this very minute, not for some time in the future. We have nothing to do with what will follow our obedience. We are wrong to concern ourselves with it. What we call preparation, God sees as the goal itself. God's purpose is to enable me to see that he can walk on the storms of my life right now. If we have a further goal in mind, we are not paying enough attention to the present time. However, if we realize that moment by moment obedience is the goal, then each moment as it comes is precious. Here. So, if you're watching this later, I apologize, or you're watching it now, I apologize for a little bit of the shaky video. My wife tells me, I really like the videos you're doing, but I can't watch them because it makes me motion sick. So I apologize. My hands are shaking. Not really, but I hope that that's encouraging to you to see that like he says that the process is what God's receiving glory in, not necessarily the outcome. I love the line he says, what we see as the process, as only the process of reaching a particular end, God sees as the goal itself. And so, I mean, I don't know, like maybe things are great for you, maybe they're kind of like mediocre or normal or mundane, or maybe they're really you're in a difficult spot in some way. I just encourage you, and I'm preaching to the choir as well, that what you're going through is not so that God can get you to where he wants you. what you're going through is exactly where God right now wants you. And he's there with you. If you are in Christ, he's not forsaken you. You're not alone, and he loves you. And he is walking through it with you. And his goal for your life, his purpose for your life, is whatever process you're in right now. So maybe you find that encouraging. Maybe it's helpful. Love to chat more in the comments. You could DM me or whatever if you want to talk more offline as well. God bless. Have a good one.